inside the NBA. What the hell is going on? Well, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the NBA right now. And I told y'all I was going to bring y'all the new on what's going on in this betting ring. I done heard about x-ray glasses, x-ray tables, see-through cards, you know, throwing a game, shaving points, all kinds of stuff. So, man, let's see what is going on around this place.
NBA Hall of Famer and Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat star Terry Rozier had been placed on immediate leave by the NBA after their arrest today as part of a stunning gambling scandal.
This is the insider trading saga for the NBA.
Two schemes naming more than 30 people, according to charging papers, including 4 well-known mafia families in New York City.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
The indictment involving Billups outlining a national illegal poker ring, wooing wealthy players known as fish into rigged games, stretching from the Hamptons to Las Vegas. Prosecutors say Billups and former NBA player Damon Jones were called face cards, using their fame to lure unwitting victims. But authorities say the NBA pros knew the games were a high-tech scam, rigged by the mob and cashed in.
They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures.
Court documents showing one of those shufflers disassembled, and this poker table taking x-rays to reveal cards face down.
Wow.
Defendants used other cheating technologies, such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
Jones and an attorney for Billups not responding to requests for comment tonight. In a separate case, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier now charged for his role in a criminal betting scheme. Authorities pointing to this game in 2023 where Rozier left early with an injury. Prosecutors say he had tipped off others first so they could place bets on his stats that night.
They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash.
Rozier's attorney tonight
Hit that
said
like button,
he
y'all.
believed the feds had cleared his client.
They took his phone, downloaded everything, and at the end of the day, they said there's nothing to see here, so we're going to fight it.
Laura joins us now live in studio. And Laura, we're talking about a lot of cash here.
Tom, the poker scheme alone raked in so much cash that the victims suffered $7.1 million in losses. One victim alone, $1.8 million in losses. A huge amount of cash.
All right, Laura Jarrett leading us off here. Laura, we thank you. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on...
Listen, man. Y'all just heard these folks had an elaborate scheme going on. We're talking about see-through tables, x-ray cards, x-ray glasses. And I just want to add this to the situation. Man, this right here is way bigger than 2 NBA players gambling on some goddamn basketball. This right here is going to turn up some big fish, or they're going to sweep it under the rug. But y'all get my drift? This right here, I'm almost certain. What can we imagine that's inside of the casinos if somebody got some shit like this in their house? What y'all think? In the chat, what do you think? Do you think that this is an isolated thing where it's 2 NBA players, or is this bigger? And are there bigger figures that are in on this elaborate scheme? My guess is that this is a lot bigger than some goddamn Chauncey Billups and Scary Terry. I'm certain of it. So we got people throwing games. Now that right there, that's common for the NBA. They do that kind of shit all the time. But this whole thing with all of this elaborate shit that they got going on in this situation, I can't see this right here just being these guys right here are probably the smallest guys in on this whole thing. Anybody who knows about the history of gambling and the history of, you know, organized crime when it comes to gambling and the casinos, come on, man. Y'all know what's going on. This right here is bad for the NBA. It's bad for gambling. And I almost knew that once you made gambling so public that, of course, the players are going to get involved. Are you crazy? You damn right they're going to get involved. Why wouldn't they? I mean, if I'm in the league, who knows? I got people sitting right next to me that are able to gamble. So why? I don't know about manipulating, but I'm at least going to put in a bet. So these guys been sitting around it, watching it, figuring out what can they do. And if you go into a game and That's why Gilbert Arenas is in question. Gilbert Arenas is in question because the houses that all of this shit went down in belongs to him. Please hit the like in the chat, man. I'm dropping this information that y'all don't even know. Hit that like button. You still in here? It's 40 people in here, man. Let's go. So, like I said, Gilbert Arenas is basically saying that, hey, I rented them the houses and they gambled in them. I didn't have anything to do with it. But long story short, we know that Gilbert Arenas knows what is going on at his house. Yeah, he didn't get caught gambling and cheating people out of gambling and running an elaborate gambling ring at his house. We might not believe that. But since he was, we all got a good reason and a good notion to say, hey, man, it was Gilbert's house. Gilbert might have dropped down on them folks. But I also seen that they said it was Mike Beasley. I seen, I heard some talks of Mike Beasley maybe of interest in the people who dropped dime on these folks. But the long story short is, man, they talking about organized crime families. 4 of the 5 crime families, Italian crime families. What the fuck is going on in the NBA? But bring them to the front too. Where are they at? Because I ain't seen nobody like that, but I keep seeing them parading Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. They everywhere. They are the poster children for this NBA gambling ring, is what they're calling it, folks. I need y'all to hit the like button, man. We up in here. We breaking bread. And shit, you can send a super chat for this work that I'm doing. I'm in here bringing back the gospel to y'all. So, yeah, man, do some super chats. I could use it. Y'all can definitely hit the like button, goddammit. We've been in here for 28 minutes. I ain't got a like yet. We got 59 people. What's the word? But yes, Gilbert Arenas is a person of interest when we talking about dropping a dime. There's a lot of shit going on, y'all. In the NBA. No chill Gil. Look at this right here. Gilbert Arenas thousands in cash into the locker room to play cards with teammates. So chump change to NBA players like Gilbert Arenas. And see, this is the problem. This is what Kenny Smith was talking about, it being an addiction. Not giving them an excuse, but just saying that they make bad choices because this is an addiction. This is something that is, no good for thinking. Like this right here is the bottom. So let's go see what they're talking about on this next one. Yup. Man, hit the like button. Y'all up in here. I'm dropping this dope information for y'all. Let's go. We got more info right here coming up next. It's free, y'all. Free information. And them likes is free too. So go ahead and hit them like buttons.
To intimidate them, sometimes they just play along with us, whatever. But it happens, and it's not going to stop happening. Why? Because today, athletes have more access to gambling than they did in my day. Back in my day, you had to go to a bookmaker. You had to go to Vegas, maybe Atlantic City. Today, no. Today, you can gamble anywhere. So what happens? When they gamble legally and they lose their money legally, what do they do then? They try to make it up somewhere. They turn to a bookmaker. They have relationships on the street that say, hey, I know how to get you out of this. Don't worry about it. And they do what Chauncey Billups does and a few of the other guys. And this is a widespread net that they seem to have pulled out over here. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to read you an article so you know exactly what I'm talking about for those of you that that aren't aware of this yet today, but you will be because it's big news. And I'll go through it and then we can talk about it. I'll give you my comments. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, big name, great player, amazing. And Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, current player, and former NBA guard coach Damon Jones were among 34 individuals arrested Thursday in a federal FBI operation. These are big names, people. The arrests were part of an FBI-led investigation involving multiple agencies and the NYPD targeting La Cosa Nostra crime families. I don't know if...
Hold up. Targeting La Cosa Nostra crime families, folks. This shit is big. And it's bigger than some goddamn NBA players, NBA coaches, and ex-players. Please hit the like button while y'all in here, man. We dropping heat over here on the airwaves. I'm dropping heat, man, so I need y'all to act like I'm dropping heat and hit the like button. We got 71 people in here right now, man. Go ahead, hit that like button. Let's get this thing widespread so we can get the message out. For all the folks who not able to hear this or haven't seen the video yet, help them out. Help me out. It's free. Hit that like button.
If we were the target at this point, listen, it's so hard to get away with something today because especially when you have a lot of people involved, somebody's going to mess up. Somebody's going to become an informant. Somebody's going to start to work with, the investigators. You can't get away with this for too long. Now, some of you may say, well, Michael, they might have made millions of dollars already. True. And maybe if they're going to do a couple of years in jail, they'll figure, hey, it's worth it. I'm set up when I come home. There's a lot of different schools of thought on this, but you're never going to get away with it forever. Very, very difficult, especially when you got high-profile players. Because honestly, they're not all that smart. They don't know the ways of the street. They're not all that smart. They're going to get themselves jammed up. Okay. All three face charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Interesting. We'll get into that. The investigation included two coordinated operations, Operation Zen Diagram and Operation Nothing But Net. It was both, it involved sports gambling and it involved card playing. And this is the oldest trick in the book. With cards. Oldest trick in the book. I mean, this goes back God knows how long, certainly during my day and beyond. The operation spanned 11 U.S. states. They focused on illegal gambling, money laundering schemes linked to organized crime. Remember this, people. Any bookmaker that can carry a bet or handle a big bet, they're going to be involved with organized crime. In New York especially. Why? Because number one, we're not going to let them operate alone. They're going to have to operate with us. We're not going to let an illegal bookmaker operate on his own. He's going to have to answer to us. And if he doesn't, he's in trouble. We'll put him out of business or whatever. All right? And they want to work with us because remember, bookmakers give credit. They don't take your credit card. They don't take your money up front. They give credit. Well, if they have a collection problem, what are they going to do? Very simple. They come to us and we collect. We're pretty good at collecting. So bookmakers want to be involved with us. They'll give up a piece of the action just to have the protection from us. So if you're dealing with a bookmaker that can carry any kind of a bet, they're going to be involved with us in some way, shape, or form. I'm saying us. I'm not a member anymore, but, sometimes I just say things like that. So let's keep going. FBI Director Kash Patel stated the operation uncovered schemes where NBA players and coaches, not surprised, rigged gambling systems to benefit criminal networks. They're working with guys on the street. Listen to this, and this is what I just said. A confidential FBI source recorded over 3,000 calls and meetings with targets and participated in rigged poker games using cheating devices, an example, shuffling devices and x-ray tables. Again, oldest trick in the book. They're more sophisticated now. If you go back to the movie Casino, Remember when De Niro caught the guy? They had the little, the device, and they were signaling somebody at another table when they were playing blackjack at that time. Oldest trick in the book, really. And now, with the level of sophistication technologically that they have, forget it. They can do wonders, especially when people are playing along with them. 3,000 calls they got on tape. Billups and Jones were identified as face cards, and they're former pro athletes that used to lure victims referred to as fish into poker games.
Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Y'all getting this hot information. It's fresh off the press. And I'm bringing it to you, man, in a way that you can understand, in a way that it can be broke down so that you can know what the hell is going on. Hit that like button, please.
Who wouldn't want to play, poker with an NBA player? Who wouldn't? Hey, come on to the table. Let's have some fun together. They want to be around the player. It's good for them. They sit down, they play a little game of poker. And that guy, the NBA player, is luring them into a fixed game. Let me tell you something. Guys that are gamblers, they're easy prey also. You give them an opportunity where they can earn money with something that they love to do, gambling. It's in their blood, in their system. They love it. Easy prey. They're fish. That's basically what they are. Fish. The fish were unaware of the face cards. The face cards were called the NBA players, were part of the scheme. Rozier, big player, allegedly faked, listen to this, not uncommon at all. He faked an injury during a March 23rd, 2023 game. The Hornets and the Pelicans were playing, and they allowed co-defendant De Niro Laster to place insider bets. Remember this, it's never about winning or losing. It's about what? The point spread. I'll give you an example. I'm going to go back because I don't want to name. Look, innocent until proven guilty. These are allegations. We don't know. This is what's being alleged. We'll see. Let me give you an example. Let's go back, to players that aren't playing anymore. Lakers are playing, right? An inside bet. They got an inside deal with the referee. Let's say the referee, and don't think that this doesn't happen. It absolutely does. The referee wants to make some money. It's Christmas time. He needs a few extra bucks. God forbid one of his kids, need an operation. He needs some extra money. So what happens? It's never about winning or losing. It's about the spread. Lakers are favored to win by 10 points, right? He's got somebody he can trust, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a neighbor, somebody very close to him. Listen, I want you to bet, X amount of dollars on the under. What do you mean? Kobe Bryant, all these guys, Shaq are playing. You sure you want to go the under? Just put it on the under for me. So now the referee, this. He can call a foul every time these guys move down the court, or he doesn't have to call the foul. He misses it, right? So what does he do? He gets Kobe. He gives him an extra foul or two, and he puts him on the bench for extra time. Limits the possibility of the game going to the over. If he does this a few times, he's going to make some money. He may not score in the first game, but over a period of time, he's going to make some money. It's very easy to manipulate an NBA game. He just did it. He told his friend, I'm going to go out on an injury. Bet the under. That's what he does. They make it. Very, very simple. I have experience with this, people. I'm not going to get into particulars now. It's a long time ago, but I have experience. Why do you think we want, to play? Why do you think I got involved with Norby Walters? Norby Walters, remember that? He was representing all the college athletes to go into the pros. I gave him 250 grand. Why? I wanted to get close to the players because I knew if I get one or two players working with me, I'm going to make a ton of money. That's why I got involved with Norby. That's why I gave him the money. No question. And Norby later on was threatening players when I went to prison. I never got back my 250 grand, never paid me back, because I went to jail after that. And I didn't have a chance to get close to the players back then. Bad circumstances for me. But why do you think I got involved with them? You get one of these players, forget it. You can make a ton of money. And that's what happened here. So don't be surprised. Rozier allegedly faked the injury, went through that. Defendants allegedly received non-public NBA injury and player participation information to place fraudulent prop bets. Okay, you're supposed to report when a player is injured. You got to report it. This is part of the game, so people know. But what if you don't report it and people get that information? They know, hey, this player, again, Kobe Bryant, he's not at full steam today. This player's not at full steam. Bet the under, whatever. This is what's going to happen. You can bet so many different ways during a game. So when you have injury information that only you have, you can make a lot of money. That's why they tell you, you're not allowed to get this information out. It's got to be reported or forget it. Big advantage you can get with unreported injury information. Really help you win a bet, no question, or a series of bets. Proceeds from these bets were laundered, including through cryptocurrency conversions to evade detection. They didn't have that back in my day, but now listen, like I said, guys in that life are very resourceful. They will figure things out, no question. They will figure things out. So now they're using crypto, which to a large degree goes undetected. But what happened? You got an informant here. He's got 3,000 calls or text messages that he put together. You have an informant, and you always are going to have an informant. It's going to happen. Remember that.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, cut.
Links to prior NBA betting scandals. The indictment references former Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter, previously banned for life and who pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. That's a gambling situation. Prosecutors allege Porter was threatened due to gambling debts and coerced to share insider information used for betting. Give you an example. Back in my day, NFL player, right? And this happened. I'm not going to mention the names. More than once. But this happened. Bookmaker working with me, he comes to me, hey, this player from the Jets, he's into me really heavy. He owes me 50 grand. Okay, what do you want to do? Should I bring him to you? How should I collect? 50 grand. Let him get into you for 250 grand, 300 grand. What are you doing? You're writing an entry on a piece of paper. It's not costing you a penny. He's a bad gambler. Let him get into you heavy. And then bring him to me. Boom. Before you know it, he's into me $250,000, $300,000, right? I bring him to me. Sit down. Hey, how you doing? Good. You owe me a lot of money. Oh, you didn't know it was me? Sorry, yeah, we don't always put that out there. But it's me. You owe me a lot of money. How you going to pay? You got to pay. You got to figure it out. I'll tell you what. You know what? I love your team. I like the way you play. I'm going to give you a break. You owe me $250,000, right? You don't have to pay me right away. You pay me 2% a week in cash. When do you get paid? Every Monday you be here with the cash. Don't miss. Don't miss. And I'll let you slide for a while. I don't care. That's fine with me. He wants to do anything to get out of the room. He leaves. What do we find out? We're tracking a guy. He goes to another bookmaker somewhere else, right? And he's trying to make up the loss by betting somewhere else. Well, we all know what's going on. So pretty soon, he can't even pay me the 2%. We call him back in the room. Hey, let me explain something to you, my friend. You don't get away with a gambling debt. You got to pay me. You got a rich uncle. You got a godfather. Who would it? Go rob a bank. I don't care what you do, but you're going to pay me. That's it. Well, Michael, let me tell you that. For some reason, I got a soft spot with you. I don't know why. So here's what we're going to do. You're a good running back, right? Yeah. All right. First 3 times next game, you put the ball on the ground. What? You heard what I said. Put the ball on the ground. First 3 times. You're a wide receiver? Okay. Make sure that that ball doesn't go into your hands. That's it. You're a quarterback? First 3 times you get the ball, put it in the other team's hands. I'll worry about the rest. I'm getting an edge now. I know what to do. You're going to do this over a period of whatever amount of games I tell you, and that's how we're going to even up the score. And if you don't do it, you don't want to know what happens at that point. I think you understand where I'm coming from. That's it. Very powerful. That's how you get these players to work with you. NBA player, the same thing. I don't care what you do. Foul yourself out of the game. Do whatever. Referee, same thing. You make sure it goes my way. Are all of these type of people involved in gambling? Of course. Gambling is huge. Why do you think the NBA and all of these organizations now are being involved with gambling? Money. Period. Huge. The more access you give players, the more trouble they're going to get in. Bottom line, that's it. And I've been saying this for 30 years. When they were trying to legalize gambling, I said, listen, the more access you give, the more trouble you're going to have. Period. The more trouble players are going to get into because you're playing into their weakness. Gambling is an extension of their competitiveness. And guys that make big money lose big money. If you're making millions of dollars a year, it doesn't feel good to lose $100. That's nothing. You spend $100, you tip the waiter for $100. You're going to bet big because you want to win big, and as a result, you're going to lose big. That's the bottom line. So the leagues, honestly, they're not helping themselves. I can tell you that. All right, let me continue with this. Financial impact. Defendants allegedly placed hundreds of thousands of dollars on fraudulent bets, The estimated intended losses totaled in the millions, no doubt about it. Bets were placed using straw bettors, guys that they just brought in to bet, to bypass betting limits and maximize profits. In other words, you can't bet so much at one time, so you get a number of different guys and you have them each come in and bet. But again, what are you doing? You're making the scheme known to more people. Oh, I can't bet 100,000. That's the limit. So I'll have to get 3 or 4 or 5 guys come in and let them all bet for me. Now they're all in on the scam. They're all in on the scheme. The more you widen that net, the more possibility you've got of somebody cracking or getting in trouble or being an informant or whatever. Do you see how it happens? I always tell people, you want to do a crime, do it alone. And if you can't do it alone, don't do it at all. Because chances are whoever you're working with is going to jam themselves up and they're going to get in trouble and they're going to implicate you. No doubt about it.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Obstructive sleep apnea happens when your upper airway repeatedly becomes blocked during sleep, reducing the oxygen intake needed to restore cognitive function and recovery. While it may only result in loud snoring, the hidden dangers are far greater than you think. Over 30 million Americans suffer from sleep apnea, but only 20% know it, and even fewer do something about it. Meanwhile, they end up suffering stress, hormonal imbalance, and an increased risk of a stroke or dementia. If you care about your health and future, there is one simple way to reduce these risks. Introducing Dorilla Ergo, an ergonomic pillow designed to improve your sleep and reduce the risk of sleep apnea by providing the head and neck support needed to improve breathing and posture. Here are 7 excellent reasons you should replace your regular pillow with Dorilla. 1. Tucked neck correction. If your neck is bent and your chin points at your collarbone when you lie on your pillow, you strain your spine and close your breathing tract. Dorilla's curved shape automatically corrects this by keeping your chin raised and letting your spine unwind. 2. Support in any sleeping position. Other ergonomic pillows can improve your breathing, but only when lying on your back. They become ineffective when you turn on your side or lay on your stomach. Some can even hinder your breathing further, but Dorilla is shaped for all positions, providing comfort and support for side and stomach sleepers. 3. Shoulder support. Poor shoulder or upper body posture can tighten your neck and upper chest muscles. This tension may reduce airway space or increase airway collapsibility during sleep. Unlike regular pillows, Dorilla acknowledges shoulder comfort by allowing them to unwind and stretch out. 4. Jaw relief. Regular pillows can risk misaligning your lower jaw, causing discomfort, underbite, and clicking. More importantly, it can also affect breathing. That is why keeping tension off your jaw is crucial, and that's part of Dorilla's ergonomic design. 5. Improved airflow. Overheating and moisture can cause nasal congestion and swelling of airway tissues, making breathing more difficult. Dorilla's breathable texture helps maintain a comfortable temperature throughout the night, resulting in less swelling and bacteria. Advanced memory foam. Average pillows quickly lose their shape and elasticity, diminishing any head and neck support they previously offered. But Dorilla's advanced breathable memory foam retains its shape and all of its benefits. 7. Improved circulation. Oxygen must pass through your entire body to maximize its benefits. If uncomfortable pillows cut off that circulation, it may result in nerve damage and reduced sleep quality. Dorilla ensures your arms always have a comfortable resting place without your neck and shoulders cutting off their circulation. But there's more. These are just a few reasons why so many people have already replaced their regular pillows with Dorilla Ergo. They can now sleep peacefully, knowing that Dorilla has their back, as well as their shoulder, neck, jaw, and head. Click the link below to find out about the exclusive limited deals that are available. Time is ticking, so don't wait. Unlock healthy breathing and better sleep with Dorilla Ergo today.
Check out this screenshot of my credit score. Just a few months ago, it was in the low 500s. That all changed when I found this little known loophole in the credit system that increased my credit score by a few hundred points.
Right? Wrong. In fact, this is the first of 3 major credit score lies you're being told by the big credit companies. Fall for any of these 3 lies, and it doesn't matter what you do. Getting to 720 and above will be a long, hard struggle, if you ever get there at all. In fact, if you're one of the 153 million Americans with a credit score below 720, it's probably because you've unknowingly fallen for one or more of these 3 deadly lies that the big credit companies want you to believe. Not only are these lies flat out wrong, not only do they make it nearly impossible to get a great credit score, but in many cases, fall for them and you'll send your score spiraling in the wrong direction. Which is why right now, I'm going to expose these 3 dangerous lies, tell you exactly what to do instead, and finally, show you the proven, little known, 100% legal trick that can raise your scores practically on command. And it's so easy and convenient, you can start using it as soon as today, from the comfort of your own home, to boost your credit scores in as little as 5 minutes. Doesn't even matter if your score is stuck in the 500s or below right now. This trick takes advantage of a little known loophole written directly into the consumer credit laws. So it's legally guaranteed to work for you. Believe me when I say, implement this 5-minute trick, you'll find yourself soaring right through this secret loophole in the credit system, where you can watch in amazement as your scores go to the moon in as little as days. So please, stop whatever you're doing and go watch the special video I put together for you at the link you see on your screen right now. Listen, by now you've already seen all the different scandals in the banking and credit industry on the news. It's clear that this twisted system takes advantage of good people. This is what inspired us to fight back. Since then, we've been blessed to help more than 833,000 people learn how to improve their scores using this simple 5-minute credit score trick each day. So if you're ready to join the 833,000 people who have discovered these 3 major credit score lies and turned their financial lives around using the same 5-minute credit score trick you're about to discover, I'd like to show you exactly how you can use this simple trick too. Just click the link you see on your screen. It'll take you to a special video I created revealing everything about these awful lies and how you can use this shockingly simple trick to raise your credit scores faster than you ever thought possible. This trick practically forces banks and lenders to give you all the credit card loans and lines of credit you need to buy the things you want for yourself and your family at interest rates normally reserved for the wealthy 1%. No matter how low your credit scores are right now, all you have to do is click the Watch Now button and go watch the video right now. When I put it online, something amazing started to happen. Aside from being watched by more than 2.5 million people so far, my inbox started overflowing with messages from some truly amazing people all across the country, telling me how just by watching the video you're about to see and taking the steps I reveal inside, they changed their financial lives forever.
My score was 595, and my scores now across the board is over 700.
My wife's scores jumped 124 points.
I'm now well into the 800s.
When I started, my scores were somewhere around the high 500s to low 600s, and within maybe around 6 months, I had climbed into the mid 700s. At that point, I was able to buy a house.
I ended up increasing my score by 60 points.
With all the steps, I was able to take my credit score and raise it up 151 points.
My score has jumped up over 100 points.
I've been able to remove all 12 negative accounts on my credit report, and now my score is a 747. Coming from it being in the low 500s just 90 days ago, I mean, it's amazing. I wanted to help my fiance as well. Her score at the time was in the low 500s as well. So I applied this information to her account. Now her score is over 730. This is a real blessing.
I can only help you if you decide to help yourself by clicking the Watch Now button below and watching this special video right now.
Okay, The NBA placed Billups and Rozier on immediate leave of absence pending further review. The league pledged full cooperation with federal authorities, emphasizing that, quote, the integrity of our game remains our top priority. Okay, and that's true, because let me tell you something. If the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball or NHL ever become what wrestling was, pro wrestling was during my day, forget it. The sports will lose all their luster because a major part of their business, the reason people watch, is because they can gamble on the games. Let me tell you, you know, at one point in time, you had a favorite team, right? You would bet on that team. But now you can bet on every team on a Sunday, on a Thursday, on a Monday in the NFL. You can bet on every Major League Baseball game. It doesn't matter who your favorite team is. You're betting on everything because you're a gambler. You want to make money. So, of course, they bring more interest into the sport, more interest by allowing gambling on the sports. They just don't want the players to get jammed up, right? Of course. Because then it makes it what professional wrestling was, which was a big scam. It was only entertaining. It wasn't real many, many years ago. You don't want that. You don't want that. When players get involved, you got trouble. But when everybody else get involved and you're saying the players can't get involved, well, you're opening yourself up for a mess. And here's what the result of it is. And is it going to end with this investigation? Of course not. It'll continue. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocella declared that those involved, quote, violated the law and their luck has just run out. Oh, that's a good one. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch confirmed Rozier's intentional injury deception and coordination with co-conspirators. You know, Rozier's attorney, I'm not going to read this, was mad because they didn't allow him to surrender. They made him do the perp walk. Hey, welcome to the real world. You think these agencies don't want to get publicity? Of course they do. Why do you think they came after Cosa Nostra? Because we made headlines for them. They're not going to hide it. They're not going to not put it out in the media. They want people to know. Why do you think it's been all over the media this morning? Because this is a feather in their cap. This is how they get promotions. Why do you think they work against us so much? Because we made headlines. You lock up John Gotti, big deal. You lock up Sonny Francis, big deal. Al Capone, Lucky Luke, big deal. You get promoted. So, of course, it's naive. You lock up an NBA player, I'm sorry, it's big news. You got to expect that. They're not going to let you backdoor it. I'm surprised at this attorney coming out. What do you expect? He should know better. Chauncey Billups was arrested following the illegal poker takedown. The alleged illegal bets covered games involving the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Raptors. Interesting. Both the Trailblazers and Heat confirmed cooperation with the investigators. Rozier did not play in the Heat's most recent game. Billups had coached the Trailblazers the night before his arrest. People, this is a big deal. It's not news to me at all. What is news to me is that there was two separate incidents here. Number one, you got a player basically throwing a game because he faked an injury, got out of the game, and let his co-conspirator or accomplice know it, so they put a bet on the under, and they won some money. Who knows how many times it happened? But they're showing one incident that it did happen. How did they find out it happened? Very simple. Somebody told them. Very simple. There you go. Either that or they picked it up on a call, that it was tapped or bugged or a text. Who knows? Again, you spread that net wide, you get more people involved, you have more chance of getting in trouble, and eventually it's going to happen. What the other part of this is that they enlisted the players to bring legitimate poker players, into a game that was rigged. And they all knew it. So you got 5 guys sitting at the table, 4 of them know what's going on. The one fish who they're gambling, and they make sure he can gamble heavy, they're the ones, and they got these technical devices. They even had, they knew how to fix the cards. They were card counting. Technical machines that can card count, so you know what cards are coming out. Unbelievable. Big scheme. And it's going to continue, trust me. This bust will not stop it, because gamblers are desperate. They get themselves in trouble. They need to find a way out. Yes, they gravitate to people on the street. No question about it. Because why? Because we can We can handle the operation. We make them understand we're never going to tell on you. We're going to help you. We're going to protect you. But really, they're just in it for the money. And then a situation like this happens. So, look, it's brought out in public now. It's no surprise to me. This has been going on throughout my lifetime and well before. Organized crime is never going to get out of the business of gambling. Too lucrative. They know it too well, and they love it too much. You know, so many guys on the street themselves were degenerate gamblers. There's guys right now that you know of, okay, that are degenerate gamblers and are continuing to gamble right now. I'm not going to mention names, but you know. It's just how it goes. So, you know what? It's sad for the people involved. Who knows how serious it's going to be, you know? I mean, they're indicted. They're going to get charged. We'll see if they get found guilty, what kind of time they're going to get. But this has got a long way to go yet. So look, my advice to all of you out there, take it from me. I was once a perpetrator in this. I didn't have a gambling problem myself, but I preyed on people through my bookmakers. Many of them were athletes that had gambling issues, and we were able to use that to our advantage and to their disadvantage. Because really, they don't get out of the hole. A gambler is going to continue gambling. And I want to make sure you understand what I said about Michael Jordan. He doesn't have a gambling problem. He's got a competition problem. Why is it not a problem for him? Because the guy is so wealthy. He's got such a revenue stream. Gambling is entertainment for him, and he's never going to put himself, I don't believe, I mean, he's an elderly gentleman right now, he's never going to put himself in a position where he can't pay his mortgage, he loses his cars, whatever. Michael Jordan's not going to be broke. So if he wants to gamble, that's up to him. If you can gamble, don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get involved in schemes like this. Don't let anybody make a sucker out of you by putting yourself in a hole, and then you got to go to somebody to get out of it, and they're going to use you to their advantage because that's what guys on the streets do. Then this is a warning to all of you. It should really be a warning. On the pro level, on the college level, stay away from it. It's what I've been preaching for the past 30 years, ever since they recruited me out of prison to work with the NBA, Major League Baseball. Guys that I knew, the head of security back then for the NBA, Horace Farmer, a good guy. He used me with the NBA. We saved a lot of players, I believe. Kevin Hallanan, great guy, Major League Baseball, head of security. We spoke at every Major League Baseball spring training camp. We spoke to all the minors. We let them understand how they can get in trouble. So we've been preaching this message for 30 years. The NCAA, they jumped on board with me in 1998, over 300 universities. And in this past year alone, I've done a couple. I'm not going to mention, you know, it's not for publication, but I've done a couple. And the student athletes listen. They pay attention. And I want to tell you this. This has never failed. I've done over 300 Division I and Division II universities. When I leave the university, you know what I tell the student athletes? You got a problem, email me. I give my email address. I don't work for the NCAA. I don't answer to them. I don't answer to your coach. I don't answer to the school. I want to help you. I want to help you if you got a problem. It'll be confidential. I give you my word. It has never failed yet. Over 300 schools. By the time I get back to my hotel room, I got emails from student athletes that are struggling with a gambling situation. Sometimes they don't want to say it's them. It's a friend. It's my brother. It's my cousin. I get it. And have I helped them? Yeah. Will I ever disclose it? No. I gave my word. Absolutely not. You know, but look, let this be a wake-up call and a lesson to all of you out there, whoever is listening. I got hit up this morning by all the media outlets on this because they know I have the experience and the expertise in this regard. Got to stay away from it, people. Don't jeopardize your standing in a sport by letting some guy take advantage of you. Gamblers are desperate. They're looking for an edge. They're looking for any way that they can to make money. So don't put yourself in that position. Don't be a fish. Don't be a player that could be used because you're going to put yourself in trouble. That's it for today. I'm sure you'll hear more of me a little bit later on. We're doing a couple other shows because I want to bring this to people's attention. I don't want these athletes to get in trouble. I don't want to see the sports be smirched over this. I don't. You know, we love sports. We love competition. We love to watch it. They're entertaining. They're great. They're part of our life. We don't want to see these things happen. So I'll do my best, you know, to make people aware of it and help out in any way I can like I have been doing for the past 30 years. That's it for today, my friends. How do I always leave you? Same way. Be safe. Be healthy. God bless each and every one of you. families, friends, neighborhoods, and God bless America. And one last thing, Franzese wine. You know, don't gamble. You can drink wine every once in a while. Don't get bad. But our wine, you guys have been supporting it in a big way, and I really appreciate it. FranzesWine.com, or in many, many markets across the country, Costco, Walmart, every place you can get it now. But thank you for enjoying it so much and helping us build really a great business with our wine. People are loving it, and the price is right. Take care, everybody. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
This right here, ESPN Bet, this is the sports book that gives fans the tools they need.